What's good? It's Kelby Candy, publisher of Making the Magazine, founder of the membership. And right now, we are live making it for Indies with B.Eveready.
Yes, sir. How
What's good?
we living? How we living?
Living large, like
Listen,
you.
listen. Nah, man. I'm just trying to get like you, as they
All
say.
right, all right, there you go. That's what you know when they get into it, when they hit you with that fake modesty. Oh, nah, my brother. Like you, my brother.
You know what time it is.
So listen, so been rocking out for a minute. Like
Yep.
and it's so
Yep.
crazy. Like you said, you've been on the platform for a while, you've been in the network, in the
Mhm,
community for a while. And I think the
mhm.
first time that we really got to like connect physically
Yep.
when we did our Media Matters DMV, I think
Oh
we brought
man, that's a good memory, dog.
oh shit, what was it? We
It
brought
was in DC. It was in
it was in
DC.
DC. We brought Neelock the Beatmaker up there, who just won a Grammy.
Right.
Another one of the members.
Mm,
He
come
just
on.
won a Grammy
I'm
like
trying to be the
last
next
year.
one. I'm trying to be the next one.
Hey, there we go. We
Yep.
brought Will a Fool up there, and I think we were supposed to have Asian Doll, but it was some scheduling stuff with Asian Doll.
Mhm.
But like, I think you had just you came up there directly from. I feel like you had just got back in town. Like I think you had just came right back in town. It was from the airport or from Hawaii or from somewhere, and you had just
Oh,
came straight there.
dang. Wow. You really
Yeah,
got a good memory, though. Yeah, I did. I did come right back from Hawaii. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
That's so. Yeah, I was shooting. Well, I mean, we did a little anniversary trip, me and the wife. But then, brother always multitasking, so I shot 2 videos up there while I was out there. You know what I mean? So that's always major and grind harder part two. So I shot those both in Oahu. So,
Okay.
yep,
So listen, for the people who don't know you, born and bred in
yep,
Boston, can you give them a little background on you cutting your teeth in hip hop and what it
sure.
is like in that Boston market?
Sure. I mean, for me, Boston was very, very underground for me,
Mm-hmm.
from my experience. Like when I was just coming of age, like, my parents wasn't really even trying to let me listen to rap like that, right? So you had to
Right.
sneak and listen, and then, you finally get your hands on, like some Boston underground music, and it was just like, whoa, like I didn't think that, it was people in the town who was actually rapping. So, you get exposed to that kind of thing, and then it just turned into, me and the boys freestyling whenever we would get together, Friday night, Saturday night, summertime, what I mean? It's just what we did.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It was really, for me at home, like that's really what it was, more so than even just being on the scene like that, because I was young. You know what I mean? I was just, it was like, I would say the organic expression of hip hop,
Right.
right? Like you just really doing it for the love and because it's like, man, this is just a dope
Right.
feeling. So that's what it was in the city for me. But I mean, there was definitely a lot of cats moving around like 7L and Esoteric, Acrobatic. Of course, you had Guru, who was still repping, but was obviously in New York with Gangstar.
Mm-hmm.
But you still had like Big Suge and some of the Gangstar Foundation that was still in Boston. They actually from my hood, which is Mattapan. Um, so yeah, so you know what I mean. You kind of had that foundation to kind of look to as inspiration, but I didn't really, I hadn't stepped my foot in. That really came when I went to college out in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so after college, so you go to
Hmm.
college, you start,
Hmm.
dip your toe in the water
Hmm.
and with the music, and then
Yep.
like and now you're in Baltimore.
Yep.
So tell me like what is the scene like in Baltimore and how's the experience been? And then can you kind of contrast that with like with the other markets that you've been in?
Yeah. So it's a great question, and the reason why, like, if you visit my website, it's beevereadyrap.com.
Mm-hmm.
Got all my stuff, but if you visit it, you'll see I have a logo, or I should say a statement where I say I'm Baltimore's finest. And yeah, I mean, like off top, you'd be like, what is he talking about, right? But I grew up in Boston. I went to school in Pittsburgh, and I moved to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I represent all three cities is
Mm-hmm.
because I have consistently seen the same thing in all three
Mm-hmm.
places, which is a very small, tight knit, vibrant, black and immigrant and people of color community, right?
Mm-hmm.
But underrepresented in major media, underrepresented in hip hop, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I always took it like a badge of honor to say I'm from Boston because it's not too many of us out
Right.
there. When I got to Pittsburgh and I really started paying my dues and I'm doing shows and now I'm teaching kids in middle school, so I'm giving back to the community and doing a whole bunch of things. Man, I can't leave Pittsburgh out of there because I
Right.
see they struggling just like we were struggling.
Right.
Come to Baltimore because really our grant funding ran out, so I went broke. We had to crash back home with the folks, just
Mm-hmm.
what it was, and build myself up again from scratch. And Baltimore, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's so much talent out here. It's so much like, oh man, you just can't even describe it. And it's just like, why is this not being represented on the national stage? And the shots that so few of the cats out here have gotten still haven't amounted to a great deal. It's like the shining star from our area right now is Wale,
Mm-hmm.
to me. And he is, to me, completely disrespected for the amount of work that he's put in the game and the trail that he's blazed. But in actually in the DMV, I feel like he just doesn't get the love that he should. So, it's like that's what you got to look to as, potentially where you could go with it
Right.
and, that and further. But it's just like, man, like, it's just so hard. So for me, it's just like a mandatory that I represent, everywhere that's, played a part in, me becoming the MC that I am.
All right. That's what's up. And like, and part of that journey to becoming the MC that you are, you've definitely worked with some notable people. The Last Poets, Ski
Mhm.
Beats. Can you speak to some of these collaborations, some of these people that you've
Oh,
tapped in with?
oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. The Last Poets, I work with Umar bin Hassan. If y'all don't know who that is, that's the gentleman who was speaking on Common's The Corner record.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who gives voice to that same gentleman that I was blessed and able to do a record with years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I actually met him doing my 9 to 5. He came into my bank
Okay.
and wanted to deposit a check, and I want to say it was not small, if I can remember.
Yeah.
And we just get to talking, and I'm supposed to be there doing my job, but you're talking about this is one of the dudes who laid the foundation for hip hop.
Right.
I just said, hey man, real talk, I rap, I got music, like I just
Mm-hmm.
went into the whole pitch, like I was, the tie was off, you know what I mean, at that point, right? I
Right.
just went in. And he was down. He was with it. Like I gotta say, like, and that was at a time where, like, especially like my presentation was not that professional. You know what I'm saying? Like I was printing out CD covers, straight off the printer at the crib, cutting them with the paper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sliding them in the disc, like what I'm saying. So it just was what it was. But he gave it a shot, and he listened to what I had, and he was like, "Nah, you got some talent. I'm willing to work with you." So I had a record that was ready, and I just said, man, just write whatever you feel from this beat, and this is what I'm saying. And he just came in and just laced it beautiful. So, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these situations, it's really been blessings and serendipity because it's like Sky Zoo and Mickey Fax and Ski Beats. So all that came together. That was a great record. It's called Black Mirror. That's
Mm-hmm.
off my GS2 EP Deluxe. So I was in New York for a job. It was a job out here in Baltimore, but they sent us to New York for training for like 8 weeks.
Right.
So like I said, I'm somebody who is committed to multitasking. So you're gonna send me to the mecca of the game for 4 weeks, give me my regular paycheck plus a big food stipend and all this, whatever they wanted to call it. I don't know what it was. I just knew it was extra money in my pocket that wasn't my salary.
Right.
So I had funds and I was right in the middle of the action. Oh, I had a show down at Webster Hall. I
Mm-hmm.
booked. like about 5 studio sessions. So I had probably 90% of an EP completed.
Hmm.
And then I started reaching out to artists. Like the show I had at Webster Hall, Torre was the headliner. So I talked
Okay.
to that brother. Boom, boom, boom. We got a record. You know what I mean? That's Shot at the Crown. Shot at the Crown.
Okay.
That's that record with Torre. He's batting anchor. It's like me and a couple of my boys. Then you know what I mean. I just once I got that, I just got confidence. I said, "Dad, I want to do a record with Sky Zoo. He the other Barrel brother. Let me just reach out."
Yeah.
Boom, he was down. You know what I mean? Just off the strength of, oh, I just did a record with Torre. Boom,
Yeah.
okay. Now me and Scott, like Sky is like my dude because he held me down through, this medical situation with my wife when it was starting, and like that brother just never wavered on me. So I always got love for him. But then Mickey Fax, same thing. I was like, hey, I'm doing this record. I ended up, I think I connected with Ski off of IG. I can't remember. I think it was IG,
Right.
but he was just on his hustle. Like, hey, I got a pack. Let me know what you want to do. So I just grabbed some stuff from him, some beats, and then I sent one to Sky, and then I was like, yo, I got this record produced by Ski Beats, and it's got Sky on it. What's up? And Mickey was like, say less. You know what
Right.
I mean? So it's all about just taking the opportunities that are presented to you, making
Gotta
the
shoot your
most of
shot.
it. Exactly. Exactly. Come on,
That's it.
man. You
Every
miss
time.
100% of the shots you don't take.
Listen, and that's be the thing with the like what we do with the membership and all that stuff. Like that's the whole thing is like open yourself up to make more shots. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is. Like you can't take no shots from the parking lot. Come in the gym.
Exactly. Exactly.
so
Exactly.
so
So now you
let's
also see why I was talking about what I was talking about earlier
yeah,
too.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know
No,
what I
we
mean?
good. So all right, so you got this record. She's gonna get it.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm familiar with the record.
Yep.
This is the from the last EP.
Yep. Yep.
And it's
A
like
couple
we
EPs ago, but it's all good.
yeah. But we yeah. But
Yep.
but listen, like I said, a hit is still a hit,
That's
and so
right.
we about to play it. We're gonna give the people a snippet of it, give them like
Hmm.
90 seconds of it,
Okay.
let you talk a little bit about it before we get up out of here.
Okay.
But yeah, this is available on all platforms. Hold
Yes.
on, let's see.
Most-
Travel can make you
Hold on, we
smell
got
kind of
some ads
funky.
coming in from
Aluminum-free
YouTube real
secret
quick.
full body deodorant
Oh
is
God.
essential.
Yeah, man. That's all right. I'm about to get my
Yeah,
own ad game up, so it's all good. Here we go.
all my ladies
Yeah,
This
for
featuring
the
out
Metric.
female
here getting
hustlers.
it. We gotta let them know we
My boy
appreciate
Mutual.
that, you know? Yeah. Synesthetic. She got her eyes on the prize, she ain't looking nowhere else. Smarter than the mouth and the shoes match the belt. She been a winner, now she finna take it to the top. Crazy grind all the time, shine never stop. Smile so sublime, can't do no justice in rhyme. Crazy how that frame could hold such a beautiful mind. Whatever traffic she get at it, rapid gotta have it. Acrobatic with mathematics, she making magic. She don't be playing when it comes to the grind mode. Ain't about if she get a bag, she can find those. Espanol, a little Japanese. Whatever the play is, she got what you need. Shorty gon' get it cause she got a gold fetish. Never move reckless, but her moves make him jealous. Green like relish, stay getting lettuce. Sugar and spice, she a precious menace.
Queen, never scared to get it.
Kill that hook.
If I'm catching that bag, just know that we gon' split it. Oh, she's gonna get it. Oh,
Oh, they saying they got
she's
audio
gonna
problems.
get it.
Her mind sharp, cut through suckers like butter. Only woman in the room, they stare, she never stutter. You could try, but you never find another. She make all the others hold it back, they whole summer stay calm. Bouncing back from the L, she can work that. With her lips, she can work.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that she's got to get it available on all platforms by
Yeah.
B.Eveready. Listen, let them know where they can tap in with you at.
Man, everywhere if you Google B.Eveready, you will find me on every platform. Twitter or X, whatever. I don't have the dot, but You know what I mean? Be ever ready. If you Google me, you will find me everywhere, man. I'm the only one.
All right. Once again, this has been Making It for Indies, Making It Magazine with Be Ever Ready. Appreciate y'all all for tapping in. We out.
Hey.